is Poppycock if I've ever heard it.
Dude.
Straight Poppycock.
I just want to drop a quick Poppycock real quick. But,
Poppycock.
yeah.
Kidding me?
Definitely
That is
Poppycock.
for tips?
Yeah, but during an alien invasion, please.
$2.13 an hour, and she's trying to pay taxes on that. That's
Poppycock. All the way. All right. You, over there. Put your hands up where I can see them. That's right.
We
Don't
didn't do
you move.
nothing wrong.
Don't
Yes,
you
yeah.
move. You know what you're going to do? You're going to sit there. You're going to sit there and you're going to listen. You want to know why? Because we're making a podcast that you're going to want to hear, see? Yeah.
Beautiful. Meow.
We're making a podcast, see?
Fucking love it.
Yeah.
So you sit there and you listen. You listen good. You try to move, I'll pump you with more holes than your daddy's rubber.
Pow.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, y'all,
Yeah.
welcome to another episode of Reel Poppycock. As always, we're your hosts. I'm Ed.
This is Trevor.
And you can call me KC.
Yeah.
I am so excited
Yeah.
to cover this movie that dares to ask the question, are all cops bad guys?
Yeah.
We'll
It's the
see.
sky blue. Nah. Hey, to any cops listening,
Find a different job. You can do other things for your community.
just don't be one of the bad ones. God. And if you know a bad one, like,
Rat them out. Get them out of
rat
there.
them out.
They're doing a bad job.
Yeah. But back to it. You know what? Today we are going to be covering a film that came from The Black Hat. If you listened to the last episode, then you would know that today we are going to be covering the 1953 Noir film. What's it called again? Vice Squad. Vice Squad. And this is funny. Okay,
Yeah,
this
here's
is
the thing.
no.
Yeah, get
This
into
is
it.
kind of funny. This is kind of funny because
if you did listen to the
because
last
if you did
episode.
listen, Leonard Pig is the
Love you, Leonard.
person that suggested this movie. Thank you, Leonard, for the suggestion. I was excited once we got the alternative here, and we got like if you did listen, then yeah. You heard us say we're going to be covering the 1982 Cheese Fest like
Thriller,
snuff film.
stuff killer, cop, like
Yeah.
like dirty New York type
Right.
shit movie.
And post recording, we start to look into the into Vice Squad, and we discover that there's actually a Vice Squad that came out in 1953 that stars Mr. Gangster Voice himself, Edward G. Robinson.
Yeah, say
And
Lindy.
yeah, Edward G. Robinson is responsible for that voice. If y'all didn't know, Shane.
You've heard
Yeah,
it,
that's
maybe in a Bugs Bunny type way.
Edward G. Robinson.
But
There's
yeah.
there's a Bugs Bunny cartoon called Racketeer Rabbit, where a gang of guys like they knock over a bank or something and they hide out in this little abandoned building. Bugs Bunny happens to have a home in this building, and they come in and they disturb his sleep, and he's got to get his revenge. Now, the main gangster in this movie, or in this particular cartoon, is a Edward G. Robinson.
Oh, and it's all
Clone
like
Oh,
short,
Oh,
kinda,
absolutely!
yeah,
like from the speech to his face. Like
The
if you look it up,
cigar.
Racketeer Rabbit. If you looked it up, like it is Edward G. Robinson. Yeah, and he's talking like that. Shane. Yeah, and I mean, it's supposed to be him. But yeah,
Ubiquitous in the culture. Like,
yes.
it's kind of hard. Even people who
Yes.
aren't film people know that voice.
Yes, and so once we saw that there was a Vice Squad starring Edward G. Robinson, I got excited. I was like, well, that's the one we got to do.
It was
Leonard
so
didn't
much of
really
that.
specify.
And Leonard, I hope you're in on the joke. I know you're a comedian and a writer and a funny dude that gets
Because
it. And
he-
I was like, he might even know this version. He's an older dude from Kokomo
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And like Yeah, man. Joke's on
So-
you. Because I also did kind of look at the other one, and I saw what you were
Yeah.
setting us up for.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. As a comedian, we full well know that
We knew
he
you'd get the
probably meant the 1982 Vice Squad, but since he didn't specify,
But Leonard, let us know too, because if
Yeah.
you went 53 the whole
Nah.
way, we're glad we picked up on
we're
it.
glad. We're glad. Yeah.
There we go.
There it
There
is.
he is.
There it
In
is.
all his glory.
Yeah, right there. Like you
Racketeer
can
Rabbit.
even see that little still. That is supposed to be
Oh, and
LG.
it's got that short guy that ends up playing
Peter
like,
Lorre.
Yeah, Peter
Yeah.
Lorre.
Yeah.
Who was a sex
Hitting
symbol
all
at one
the-
point.
Peter Lorre was his little assistant in that. So yeah. But we're gonna be covering the 1953. So we went back. We went back in time. It's been a long time since we done a golden era film. And
missed it.
actually, yeah, like
To a certain extent.
and yeah, so we were excited to do it. I know I was extra excited because I'm a big Edward G. Robinson fan, not just because we share the same first name, but because, like I said, he is like that quintessential gangster like concept trope. Like he invented that. That was him, and like that's who all the guys playing gangsters after Edward G. Robinson was trying to emulate. Was that gentleman right there? Look, he kind of looks like Capone.
Very Capone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you can see it. Like so, it was just natural.
Who's biting who?
Yeah, it
biting
was just
who?
natural that he be the guy. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that one today. And we got some thoughts. We've got some thoughts.
We'll see if
okay?
it held up to the hype.
Yeah, we got
We get
some
to talk
thoughts.
about the Hollywood industry
Absolutely.
and cop-a-ganda.
Absolutely,
This is
all of
very
that good
interesting
stuff.
film.
So yeah, so it's still going to be a fun episode because we get to do that very thing. But it's also going to be a fun episode because it is still Edward G. Robinson that's starring in this
Yeah.
film. Yeah,
Can't
and he
wait to
can't help
see.
but just be good at whatever he does. So all right, so. As we always do, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to Trevor Boland so he could give us the real basic facts.
Break it down, Trevor.
Thank you, Ed.
Yeah.
All right. So Vice Squad was released on July 31st of 1953 with a runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes. Produced with a budget of $262,000 and a respectable box office return of $600,000.
Those
Yeah,
numbers
yeah,
just don't.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that's
It's a different time.
It's a different
Wow.
time. It's a different
okay.
time.
Let me throw this out there. There's the thing I always like to think about back then in theaters. It's also placed with air conditioning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a good
And
chance.
this is July 31st
I'll
when it
just-
came out.
I'll just go.
So yeah, it was hot.
hang out.
It was hot. It was hot.
Great way to cool down
Yeah, yeah.
with some police corruption.
Take some naps.
But Vice Squad was based on the 1937 novel Harness Bull by Leslie T. White. And Vice Squad is also known as The Girl in Room 17. Or for our modern listeners, we can title the film Don't Trust the Bitch-Ass Cop in Room 17.
Yeah,
I like
don't.
it. Yeah,
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's a good rewrite.
Yeah.
By my count, Vice Squad is either the second or third black and white film that Reel Poppycock has covered. Either of my co-hosts care to say the other ones? Or-
I don't see
Black and Whites, Prince Ahmed, and Captain's Courageous.
Got color.
That's it. And that was why I said one or two,
Yeah.
because Prince Ahmed is somewhat
I just
colored,
went with
but
the oldest.
somewhat-
Yeah.
Gosh, I need to rewatch Captain Courageous again.
Now let's
Honestly.
so if we're being fair, did it have color when it released or
With
was that
Ahmed?
remastered? Yeah.
Oh, I do not know.
I believe that we found out the color was added to the film.
Okay,
Like
so
to
so
the
it was
film during
yeah.
the process. It was,
Okay.
They were adding pigment.
Didn't even
like
know they could
painting
do
it.
that back then.
That was
Yeah, did not know they could do that back then.
So then really
20,
just
yeah.
the second black and white film that Reel Poppycock has covered. But
Right.
Vice Squad was directed by Arnold Laven. And Laven began his filmmaking career during World War II, making training films for the Air Force. Laven formed a production company in 1951 with two friends he met back in the first motion picture unit. And 1953's Vice Squad was only the second full-length feature directed by Laven. Other notable entries in his filmography include The Rack in 56 that had Paul Newman in it, Anna LaCosta in 58 that had an all-black cast featuring Eartha Kitt and Sammy Davis Jr.,
Okay.
Kid.
Geronimo in 62, and Rough Night in Jericho in 67. And then Laven was also a prolific television director with The Rifleman, Mannix, The $6 Million Man, Chips, and The A-Team being among his TV lengthy career.
That's that shit that I knew him. And I believe it's, what was the first one that he directed for TV there?
The Rifleman was a big one.
Yeah.
He was a big part of that for a long time.
I believe that part of the soundtrack for this movie gets used throughout The Rifleman from time to time.
Okay.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, wouldn't
They were
shock
like,
me.
yep,
Yeah.
let's just use it. We've got it.
Bulk of the series, dude. Not exactly a lightweight. But, so now we're getting on to the stars section of Real Basic Facts. And as Ed alluded to earlier, Edward G. Robinson is kind of the reason that we ended up choosing this 53 version instead of the 82 version. And so since Ed kind of gave some of his favorite bits of why Edward G. Robinson is important to him, if you wanted to maybe drop a couple of your favorite movies of his before I get into...
Most definitely. So let me start with the one that put the whole gangster thing on the map. And what put him on the map, honestly, with Little Caesar. It's a fantastic one.
Not just a pizza.
Not just a pizza. Yeah, that's where you're gonna get all.
Which
yeah,
came
that's
first?
where he was coming with the That's where he first was coming with that. Absolutely believe. No, ain't no believe. That's the very movie. If you're familiar with The Mask, the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
After he takes down the bad guys and stuff, he's doing his little thing. He's like, "You was good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm in town, you only be shaking mash." Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's the film he took that line from, Little Caesar. Like, yeah, Edward G. Robinson drops that in that movie. So yeah, y'all should definitely check that one out. Smart Money. That's with James Cagney. I'm a big James Cagney guy too. He was another little short bastard that played mean roles and whatnot. But he was, more than just a gangster too. Like Cagney was the shit. But Key Largo, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Larceny Inc. That one's pretty fucking funny.
Lauren Bacall. Ooh, whoa. Key Largo.
Also
Key
Bogey.
Largo, yeah. Bogey is in it. He's the bad guy. He's the antagonist.
I think they had 5 films together.
And Claire
Okay,
Trevor.
I don't think I knew that about Bogey and Edward G. Robinson. I know they did 5 together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one though. Y'all should check that one out. And then I saved the best for last because it's personally my favorite film that he's in, even though he's not the main character in it. He definitely carries the film, if you ask me. He just does his Edward G. Robinson thing, and like he just delivers. But Double Indemnity.
Yes.
That is the one. And it's often, considered one of the best
Barbara Stanwyck.
films made, not just for the genre, but like period. Like it's a good one. It's a good one. But that's just to name a few. He's got so many out there. Y'all should just do a deep dive into his filmography and just start watching. He's got a lot of stuff. If you've got Max, or HBO Max. It's back to HBO Max now.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you've got that, they got a lot of his movies playing on there. There's a lot playing on Prime and
decent amount on YouTube as well.
Yeah,
I'll say that Little Caesar and The Stranger, which was an Orson Welles directed Edward G. Robinson, those are both on there, as is The Woman in the Window. And so I think if things are old enough, they can be on there. So we do have some access. And because of Ed, I kind of did a little bit of a deep dive on Edward G. Robinson. And so getting outside of his filmography and getting more to just like, this was a fascinating man who led a fascinating life. So a little mini bio. We've got Edward G. Robinson was born in 1893. Named Emanuel Goldberg to a Jewish family in Bucharest, Romania. So following an anti-Semitic schoolboy pogrom in which one of his brothers was severely beaten, the Goldenberg family emigrated to New York City in 1904. A cunning linguist, Robinson spoke 7 languages. Then he changed his name to Edward G. Robinson to pursue theater acting and first appeared on stage in 1913.
Wow.
So Robinson enlisted during World War I, but was not deployed. He had a passion for theatrical acting and thought that moving pictures were a passing fad. Through the 1920s, he kept acting on stage and had a couple film roles, but it wasn't until 1931 when he rose to stardom for playing a a gangster, in the film Little Caesar, as Ed talked about earlier.
Yeah, we've seen.
So then a quote from Robinson during that time period is, "Some people have youth, others beauty. I have menace." And he used that menace
That's sick.
in those many gangster roles. But being of Jewish Romanian roots, Robinson had seen firsthand the dangers of hate being allowed to run rampant and was a fervent anti-fascist and opponent of the Nazis. During World War II, he performed at USO shows for the troops and also used his language skills to radio broadcast messages of hope to people living in Nazi-occupied Europe in 6 different languages.
That's dope.
So during this time period, Robinson worked with
GI, come home.
worked with some film noir heavyweight directors like Billy Wilder, which was Double Indemnity, Fritz Lang, The Woman in the Window, and Orson Welles' The Stranger.
The Stranger.
So then evidently being a fervent anti-fascist also makes someone a communist during the Red Scare / McCarthyism era America. And HUAC, or House of Un-American Activities Committee, declared Robinson to be a Red, and he was blacklisted in Hollywood. Wait, so being anti-fascist means someone is un-American?
Yeah.
That can't be right? It's not like Antifa individuals are labeled un-American in 2026.
Right, yeah, because like those things don't equate to each other, right? Like that's...
So just
they were so silly back then, though. Back then they were very silly and different. Like it was...
So just as Reel Poppycock has given a giant FU to colonialism in the past, I think we can collectively say, fuck fascism now. But and it really was more of a gray list than a full, complete blacklist for Robinson, as he was only given roles in B movies like today's entry Vice Squad, and was forced by the studio to publish an article titled "How the Reds Made a Sucker Out of Me." But Robinson was able to fully purge himself of his communist taint in 1956 by acting in The 10 Commandments, directed by anti-communist Cecil B. DeMille. And then Robinson continued acting through 1973, pairing once again with Charlton Heston in Soylent Green, which was released after Robinson's death.
That story's all about people. That's important stuff. Yeah.
And then one last thing about Edward G. Robinson. He reportedly smoked 25 cigars a day. But according to a co-star, he was always very considerate, never lighting a cigar before first asking, "Do you mind if I smoke?"
Do you mind if I smoke?
Yeah, but he's going to do it anyway. You know what I mean? He's like, the asking is that was the politeness, letting you know I'm about to start smoking. I get it.
Because you're not going to say no.
Because they said that it's so funny that you mentioned that, because that's a thing that I heard about on set of this film was first scene that they finished. He wanted to have one in his hand fresh after finishing a scene. And they didn't have that ready right away after doing the first scene. And he was like, "We'll never make that fucking mistake again." He made it very clear.
I have my cigar ready.
Right when I'm done. I'm done.
Edward G. fucking Robinson. And you better say the fucking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep. They said by the
Fucking
end
love
they
it.
would had a humidor that they would just hold towards him by the time.
Naturally.
Yes.
Naturally.
Just do that shit. Yeah, I get it, man. That's cool.
So then the next and last star we will discuss is Paulette Goddard as Madame Mona Ross. So Goddard lived an absolutely fascinating life as well, and I'll aim to not run on as long as I did with Robinson. But as a teen, Goddard would team up with her mother, travel on steamships, and dupe wealthy men out of their money.
Drunk rolling.
At 17, Goddard married a wealthy 35-year-old man, divorced him a couple years later, and received a $375,000 divorce settlement in 1929, which in 2026 would be a cool $7.3 million.
That's a bag.
Okay.
And that's at a
Wild
19-year-old Paulette. So Goddard wasn't just some tramp, though she did marry the tramp, Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
Which I got a slide of that if that was up there. But
Star of one of my favorite films.
Yeah, and co-starred with Chaplin in Modern Times in 1936 and The Great Dictator in 1940. And then during this time, there were rumors that Goddard had a fling with composer George Gershwin. And that Gershwin even wrote the song "They Can't Take That Away From Me" about Paulette.
Oh, she had that thing on her.
Yeah. That's a peppy song. That's a peppy song there. Yeah, that's a peppy song.
So then Goddard maintained a positive relationship after the divorce with Chaplin, and she continued to be linked with artistic heavyweights. She entered a love triangle with Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. And is even depicted holding the Tree of Life in Rivera's Pan-American Unity mural, which we've got a piece of that. It's a giant mural, but in this piece, it has the three of them.
For our listeners, definitely look that. Can you say the name of that piece one more time?
That would be Pan-American Unity mural.
It's got some beautiful.
And that is definitely her.
Right,
that is definitely
her. You can really capture someone well.
And so then Goddard helped Rivera escaped death threats in Mexico and then was placed on an FBI watch list, among things like Frida Kahlo having had an affair with Leon Trotsky at some point in the past.
Let's
so just
go.
like the people who you're hanging out with, get you on a list. But Goddard's star was still flying high as she did a run of 3 highly successful films alongside Bob Hope. She also received an Oscar nomination for her role in 43's So Proudly We Hail. Her next marriage to Burgess Meredith is what placed her on the Hollywood Gray List, where we find her at Vice Squad in 53.
You got to get in there, Rock. You're fighting like a bum, see?
So then Goddard also had a failed fling with Howard Hughes and then got divorced from Bugsy Meredith.
Way to get away from him. Yeah, get out of there.
Divorced from Bugsy Meredith for serving Salvador Dali, one of Bugsy's favorite pigs, at a dinner party.
So you're saying Bugsy Meredith, not Burgess.
Well, that was his
did he
nickname.
go by Bugsy?
He went by Bugsy. But it was Burgess Meredith.
You know, he also played Penguin on the old Batman series. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so she got around.
She got around. And the reason for the divorce with Burgess Meredith was because at a dinner party that Salvador Dali was attending, she wanted to impress Dali by feeding him one of the pigs from their estate. And it was evidently Meredith's favorite pig, and that was the final straw.
I get it, though, because she's serving him a pig. Because, little known fact, Dali was a bit of a fascist.
You know what?
So I think that's why she was serving.
So it's an artistic
pig.
statement. That's lovely.
I think so.
Don't do that to Burgess, though.
Yeah. Find a different pig.
That's fucked up.
Find a different pig. That's not fair. But
damn.
And she did marry one last time to Eric Remarque, who was a German writer, and then inherited his vast fortune and art collection after he passed away, and then lived out her remaining years as a socialite. She's got a dorm named after her at NYU, art collections, and, all this shit. Pretty wild life. So considering
that is wild.
Considering how much more oppressive the patriarchy was 100 years ago, I'll just say, get that bag, girl.
Get that bag. Did y'all think she fucked Dolly?
I wouldn't put it past her for anything.
Did the pig work? She fucked with Howard Hughes too.
So then it was
I think she was just meeting folks.
She said something. There was a quote about how he's the only one who has enough money for me, and then somehow Hughes learned about that quote, and so then he cut off ties with her because
smart man.
She was the gold digging woman that's depicted on these movie posters, even though she's not an actual gold digger in this movie.
And she's working. Like, that's the thing that I feel like with all that stuff. She's working. She's always doing stuff.
I think that could be argued, Trevor. This is her profession alone. They have, I don't know, it's kind of gold digging.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
She seemed like she ran an independent business.
Yeah.
She's a
She's
madam.
got her escort service.
Yeah, she's a madam. Okay. All right.
But yeah, thank y'all for the patience on those. I found
Yeah.
both these people quite fascinating, and because we don't go that back in time that
Yeah,
often, just kind of wanted to give them some love.
Absolutely.
It's
love
old Hollywood,
learning
man.
about Paulette today. Like that. Yeah.
Quite a string
Living wild.
on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's Kim K shit before Kim K.
Right? Yeah, she's the fucking prototype.
Like, I'm going to touch every corner of Hollywood that I can.
Yeah.
All right.
She told the
that's
whole
what's up.
industry.
Thank you. Yeah, it was great learning about them. And we're gonna take a pause for the calls, and then we're gonna come back and jump into this thing. We're gonna talk about this noir film.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Tasty jam to bring us back.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we're going to get into a whole bunch of context here and stuff, and it just seemed pretty relevant for
I can
kicking this
dig it.
thing off.
I can dig it. Yeah. So let's do it like we do all of the films that we review. We're gonna give you the IMDb synopsis for 1953's Vice Squad. And this is a movie about a tough captain that investigates a cop shooting and stumbles upon a bank robbery plot. He's not afraid to bend rules to get results using questionable tactics on witnesses and informants while balancing routine police work with major cases.
So relevant.
Yeah.
It's a
Get
pretty
it.
solid wrap up.
Pretty
too.
solid.
Yeah, they
yeah,
nailed
that's
it.
a midweek boy before lunch.
Yep.
Yeah.
They did it.
Yeah. But
They wrapped it up just like this film does eventually.
no, they was pretty on the money with it. And so we've got the synopsis out the way. We're going to get into the quiz for today's film. And for anybody that is new to the pod, what the quiz is the movies that we review. Oftentimes, most of the time, I'll take the time to watch it and carve out some questions from it to ask my fellow co-hosts here. And the co-host that answers the most questions correctly is dubbed that particular film's movie buff of the day.
I got to ask. It's such an obvious ask. I know we've gotten different types of gifts or prizes. The nuggies, I believe, are still on the way from somebody.
Yeah.
I think Trump.
My apologies,
that's
with
it
the
next
week
week.
in between the meetings,
Yeah.
like I be slipping. But
Yeah.
if you remind me, I will have those nuggies for you when we see each other again.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Yeah. I just need a reminder. I smoke a lot.
nuggies.
But
Yeah, see?
I do have to ask. It's an obvious ask.
Okay.
Today's winner, maybe we get a stogie. At least one cigar when the episode's done.
It'd be a cheap bastard, but yeah,
Okay.
I think we can make that happen. Not gonna be a Cuban or anything.
I like to make them
you know.
cheap. Yeah, okay, let's go.
Where Edward G. Robinson has taken roles just because they're filming in Cuba, so he has access to Cuban cigars.
Listen, smart man.
Gotta go to the source, see?
Smart man. All right, let's get into the quiz. All right, today's quiz is 5 questions and 5 questions only. There's no bonuses or secondary questions to any of them. So, the person that answers the most correctly, out of the 5, walking away with the dub.
Probably
okay,
would've helped
we're
if I was
gonna
awake
walk
during this
away
movie, but
with
we'll see.
the dub. All right. Very first question: what position did Mr. Hartramp hold with the Undertakers and Estate Association? What position did he hold?
I mean, I know he was a member in good standing, but I can't remember.
He actually had a.
He was part of the Goodfellows Club.
Yeah,
Right,
part of
he was in the
Goodfellas
Goodfellas
Yes.
Club.
Okay,
he
so
was.
with
Can I say
the-
that he was maybe the treasurer?
He was the treasurer. Congrats.
Hey,
He was the treasurer of the Undertakers and Estate Association.
Good one, Casey.
Yeah, point
All
to
right, that makes
KC on the board.
Trust him with bodies and bags.
All right, here we go. just who's quick on the trigger here? Who's quick on the trigger? What apartment number did Vicky Webb live in?
17.
It is 17. Point to Trevor.
Yep.
Trevor got it in there first. Yes. All right. So, at the very beginning of the movie, there's two gentlemen trying to hotwire a car. A cop sees them off in the distance, and he gets on the phone. He calls for backup, and he tells them to send the backup to what intersection? Where was the car lot that they was trying to steal? What was the street corners?
Was it across from 110th Street?
It was across 110th Street, way across the U.S. in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once you cross 110th Street, just keep going until you reach Los Angeles.
I want to say Santa Monica Boulevard, but I feel like that was later on in the movie. He was standing in front of
that was yeah. But the cop calls it in.
Right.
He's like, yeah, send them to blank and blank. And also, I'll give you one hint here that like maybe this will help.
Okay.
When they are in the funeral home, and the cop is talking to the lady about the funeral packages, the other cop's going through the drawer. He finds an address book with Vicky Webb in it.
Damn.
And it's got her address.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You got
okay,
me.
nothing.
You got
All right,
me.
so the
Nope,
street
what
corner
is it?
was 14th and Hamilton. And her address was 141 South
Hamilton
Hamilton. Yeah.
Ave, yeah.
Yes. So 14th and Hamilton. That's
Did
where
miss
he
our
told
shot.
them to send. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now
Still tied.
speaking of those funeral packages. All right. The cop was getting the rundown from the lady at the funeral home on the different
Yeah.
packages. All right. What didn't the 65 funeral package include? That
organist.
that the 295 package did. That there's a little more. Organist is part of it.
Ushers? Oh, I don't know.
Usher.
Oh, I could give you a
I remember is
partial
the
here.
organist.
There's organist with singer.
With the singer.
Yeah,
okay.
and the chapel. You don't get the chapel or the organist with
For
the
the
singer.
65.
Yeah. You get
They
that
just
with the
throw you in a
295.
Folgers
Yeah.
tin and toss you out back.
It's a Ralph's tin. It's a Ralph's tin.
Johnny.
But yeah, okay. I'll give you a half point. You did get organist. I'll give you a half point there. So
important part.
1.5 to 1. All right. Here we go. This is the final question. We have reached the final question.
That's right, because we missed one.
Yeah, so here we go.
Oh, this could be for all the
This
marbles.
this could be for all the marbles, Trevor. If you get this, you'll edge KC out by the half point.
He can edge me if he wants to, whether he wins or not. I'm not very competitive.
Okay, so Marty was seeing one of Mona's girls and promised her sugar, trips to Mexico, and fancy things. He never ended up giving her all of those things and called off the trip to Mexico. A big phony, according to Mona.
Yeah.
What was the girl's name he was seeing?
Dolores.
It was Dolores.
You got that.
Rhymes with
You got
clitoris.
that. That was amazing. Oh, yeah, see? He's always got his fucking...
Yeah,
It
see?
was Dolores. All right, good stuff. So Trevor edges
late
it out on the... Good
Very
work,
good,
though,
Trevor.
peeps. Good work.
Yeah, that was a fun
Because
one.
y'all answered all of them except for one. So, yeah, good job there. And this was a 2-time watch, like max for all of us?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had the one.
Yeah, see? So, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. You're both winners in my book.
It's like
But
a lot of
Trevor
coffee.
gets the cigar with the nuggies.
And you're going to be more than welcome to some of the nuggies, Casey. And I don't know if I can smoke a whole cigar by myself unless it's cut open and filled with something else.
Right,
So,
Yeah, we'll see.
we're talking about bath salts, all right? So let's get on to this film.
Yeah, we'll get on to the film. Yeah, but real quick, we've been saying this is
That's right.
this is film noir, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite genres, but I know I like a ton of noir movies. And plain and simple, clear cut, noir is detective films with interesting and great lighting. That's really what it is, like
Right.
crime, like detective crime dramas that are specifically lit in certain ways.
Yeah, high contrast with
yeah.
the lighting. Definitely a very deliberate use of shadow.
Yes.
To show emotions and character.
Yes.
Background traits and stuff. Like,
Yep.
a lot of show don't tell. Like
Yep.
that's what we get. Although there is a lot of telling where I think it'll always have a lot of that as they're being a detective, being an investigator of some kind. All that background talk and narration and stuff.
Right.
And kind of working through the case. Yeah.
Often a use of a femme fatale.
Yes. Got to have a femme fatale.
What elements?
That's definitely one of the elements to a good noir.
Usually some moral ambiguity.
Yes.
That's for damn sure.
Yes. Yeah.
In whatever form it takes. This one's a little bit of cop-a-ganda, really.
Oh,
kinda
absolutely.
Groundbreaking in the form.
So I'm glad you took it there, because what sets this particular noir from others is there's really no mystery or build up.
That's a good point.
Like
it's
mystery
really just
build
like,
up in
how
the
is this
movie.
dude going to book this person? He's already, you can tell at the beginning of any interaction with him what he's going to do at the end, and it's like, what means is he going to use to get there?
Yeah, so this movie ends up being like a one in like, how is he going to manipulate these different things in order to nab the guys that he's after? Whereas in most traditional noir films, there's absolutely a caper going on. There's a mystery that has to be solved, and
it's not always so cut and dry.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of clarity usually
right
in this kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what makes you love the films, though. That's what makes you, like, when I told you one that it was fantastic. Listeners and viewers, as we're discussing, the genre and whatnot in our group thread, our group messages, I told them, I was like, hey, since y'all in y'all's noir bag right now, check out Laura. Stars Gene Tierney and Vincent Price.
Vincent Price,
And,
baby, like doing the Vincent
young
Price
Vincent Price,
fucking
too.
Shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's doing that Vincent Price shit.
Young, handsome Vincent Price.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And KC, I lent KC my one of my copies of it. And they actually dug. They absolutely dug it.
It was thrilling. I literally couldn't stop watching.
Yeah, and
it
there's
had the twist.
Like I
it
said,
had the
there's some
turns.
mystery there. Like there's some stuff that you don't know until like the absolute end and whatnot. Now, having said that, I had that movie pegged about halfway through, like who the killer was.
Oh yeah, that part was clear. I was just like, why are we taking?
Yeah.
What a weird way to get to this point.
Yeah. So, listeners, viewers, check out the film Laura. It's fantastic. Check out Double Indemnity. It got Trevor hooked.
That was a good one. I will say that I watched Double Indemnity with my wife, and she enjoyed that a lot more than she enjoyed Vice Squad. We could throw Sunset Boulevard, Maltese Falcon, The Killing, Notorious, Touch of Evil.
So many good ones.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
And like this, a lot of this was new. Like I remember studying this in not film school, but in film classes at IU, and like really liking Bogart in the Maltese Falcon, but also just, when you're 19 or 20 years old, at least with me, I had a hard time with attention span on things that were that much older.
Right.
And so revisiting this, like 20 plus years later, the genre is like hits, the ones that are still thought about to this day, they're still very
hold up.
exciting.
Yeah,
like
they hold
it
up.
kept my attention, and they also aren't these like 3-hour epics. It's usually a pretty brisk hour and a half.
They wrap
So-
it the fuck up.
Yes.
Like once they start to lay out all of the pieces and they start falling together, and then you can see that even in the procedural stuff that's in this film.
Yeah. So we're going to get into this particular noir, and, we're going to start it out like this. In Los Angeles, criminals Al Barkis and Pete Monty attempt to hotwire a car on the corner of 14th and Hamilton. No, that's not in there, but I had to throw it in there.
Rude.
In a nearby apartment building, Vicky Webb bids farewell to Jack Hartranft, a much older married undertaker. Patrolman Kellogg attempts to arrest Monty inside the car, but is shot by Barkis. Hartranft witnesses the shooting, and after the criminals flee, he rushes to Kellogg's aid. A patrol car arrives, and Hartranft is brought to police headquarters for questioning. Seeking to keep his affair concealed, he is reluctant to cooperate. Yeah.
Now, here's where I'm going to throw out one of my first issues with this film. I don't even think it's a poppycock.
Okay.
I could not tell a bunch of these motherfuckers apart, even from jump. I thought there were so many
some similar looking motherfuckers. No, I give you that.
Agreed.
I got lost real quick.
And we had the benefit of doing the second viewing, which, you know, I know you studied this beyond just the one viewing because there were, you know, various interviews and background things that you were talking about, and then just studying the genre in general. But yeah, it was less confusing the second time through, but there are a lot of characters introduced quite quickly. And a lot of them have similar clothes and, like, you know, maybe we can distinguish between Barkus and Monty, because Monty is going to be the very distinguishable faced Lee Van Cleef.
Yeah. Now,
he does stand out.
Most of y'all might not know who that gentleman is from that picture, but yeah, like put a mustache on him in a cowboy hat, and yeah, there you go. Yeah, he definitely made his name in the Western pictures and whatnot for the folks that know his name. And yeah, just a totally different look from what people probably traditionally know him as and from.
So it was for a few dollars more and the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yes, he's the antagonist.
But then just went through and did like a million other Westerns. Yeah. But then Casey even brought it up the other day, was still in, what, Escape from New York?
Yeah.
In the early 80s. And just like... so seeing him in something 30 years before that was pretty fucking cool.
Kind of cool, right? So yeah, right off the bat, like, so yeah, they're hot wiring the car. Hartramp is, you know,
coming out of his mistress's apartment.
Oh yeah, and as we discussed before recording, like she attempts to kiss him goodbye. You know, just like, you know, call me and whatnot. And
most reluctant, awkward. And so we actually had differing views. I was like, okay, so this is your mistress, and you're kissing her goodbye by just barely pecking her, not even on the lips. It seemed to be on the chin some shit. But Ed brought up a good point.
Yeah, I looked at it as somebody feeling guilty as hell for what they were doing. They're not going to stop what they're doing, but I'm guilty. I can't. I'm not in love with you. This is business.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
And it was like piercing the veil of even the doorway of like what goes on in there is what goes on in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different personality.
There it is. Yeah.
Post Nut Clarity had the Undertaker thinking a little differently.
There it is.
He was a stiff.
There it is. There it is. But as he leaves, smartly, he sticks to the shadows. He's trying not to be seen by anyone. But he stumbles upon this interaction between these two people, hot wiring his car and the cop confronting them. And Barkus, who sees the cop, he slides off into the shadows. It kind of reminds you of that Homer gif where he's sliding into the bushes.
Right into the bushes.
Yeah, so this is him sliding off into the shadows for the viewers. Him looking at Officer Kellogg confronting his partner in crime, Pete. And as the cop is about to nab Pete, Barkus
after he
comes
makes a
out the
phone
dark,
call, because it's not like they have like good radios and stuff like that.
You know, well, you know, maybe his car was parked on a different block or something. He was, you know, back then cops used to actually, you know, be on a beat. Maybe they are in different cities. They ain't here in Indianapolis. Fuckers be in their cars and doing everything.
Riding horses.
Else. Yeah, like they don't really be walking the streets.
Gumshoes.
But yeah.
Don't have the physical fitness for it.
Right. But yeah, so they shoot the cop. He shoots the cop in the back. First of all, cowardly act. You know what I mean?
He waited. He really took his time, aimed that, and made sure.
Shot the cop in the back.
And then they try to
and then they flee. Now, they didn't know that, you know, the cop would, you know, eventually die. They just shot him, left him for dead. And this is when Hartramp comes out of the shadows after they run off. And he attempts to give some aid to the cop, but
it's too late.
You know,
kind of a silly move, because if the cop dies, it's a thing I called out right away. I was like, if the cop dies, they're just gonna hassle you for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
not that like until
foreshadowing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, at its
Ed,
finest.
Are you suggesting just a pistol whip in the back of the head instead of shooting in the back?
Yeah, just crack it. Yeah, like, and then get the hell out of
something
Dodge.
Somebody walks away from eventually. You know.
Yeah.
Little Tammy the T-Rex. You want us to just slap him around a little bit?
You know,
knock some sense into him.
Just crack to the back of the dome, and then but they end up taking Hartramp in because he was a witness to this, and it's kind of unfortunate for him. He just wants to go home and wash, the pussy off of him and
he was
Not
just
have to
trying-
tell his wife.
not have to
that-
tell his wife that this is going on and.
They trap him up for this
I don't even think he was
going
to go home, was he?
He was
right,
gonna be
because
out of
he's
town
supposed to
for-
be out of town
'Cause
delivering
he's
a body
probably gonna
somewhere.
go back to the funeral home or something. Yeah, so
Just cry.
yeah, or something. But yeah, they nab him. He's like, "Hey, my lawyer says don't say shit until he gets here," and he stuck to his guns.
That's
I thought
the
he was
move.
gonna break, but he stuck to his guns. They was putting some pressure on him, like the cops do. Even though he has a right to remain silent, they don't want you to do that. Like they want you out here squealing, spilling all your guts.
They were just so hard on him
Yeah.
the whole time. They
The
never
whole rip.
really let him breathe.
The whole rip. They even use the excuse like the captain's busy and if
Right,
he has to stop
right.
what he's doing to come talk to you. He's gonna be pissed.
You
So
don't wanna
might as
make
well
him
tell me
upset.
something. You might as well tell me
Like
something.
that shouldn't
Just
impact
emotional
what we're doing.
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
kidnapping of this motherfucker. But
He saw a murder. I kept thinking that too. I was like, he's traumatized. He's an undertaker, but that's being used to like dead bodies,
Yeah.
not seeing someone get
Right,
shot and killed right in front of you.
Right.
Like it's a completely
And
different
obviously
thing.
being an undertaker doesn't teach you shit about aid.
No. He's more about stitching things up. Yeah, that's.
But
doing makeup.
to his credit though, he was only there a few moments before the cops
There's
that
nothing
the
he could've
cop
done.
had called showed up on the scene. And unfortunately for him, he was
was a
there
good
trying to help the
citizen.
cop. Yeah, and yeah. But yeah, so after they nab him, we're back at the police station. Captain Barnaby arrives to the office, and his secretary Jenny informs him that Kellogg, the cop that was shot, remains in critical condition. Barnaby meets with Miss Easton, who believes an Italian count is leading her mother. Barnaby advises that he needs more evidence to establish marriage fraud and assigns Sergeant Atkinson to investigate. In the hallway, he meets Frankie Pierce, an ex-convict on parole who is seeking to avoid a violation and claims Barkis is planning a bank robbery. So this gentleman here, this is Frankie, who I loved. I liked Frankie's
he was
character.
fun. He was very fun.
Yeah.
He knows that the best thing he can do in this scenario is try to work with the police
Yeah.
because I'm already trapped up now.
Yeah.
All
and
he
he
can do.
says it's a bum rap. Like he got drunk and went into the wrong apartment or some shit, and that's what he got arrested for. But
Yeah.
because he was a con in the past, that he's got a history, so they can hold it over him.
Nah, but what are you doing in that
He
other
keeps
apartment?
claiming that bum rap while holding his handcuffs out, and they don't. No matter
Yeah.
what they get him to reveal, they don't ever take the handcuffs.
Oh my
off
God,
him.
that pissed me
Yeah.
off so
Yeah,
much in this
no,
film.
yeah.
It could be like, take the cuffs off of him, and they just
he's
walk
still
right
in
past him.
custody. He's trying to talk his way out of it, but he was still in custody.
He
So
might have
I-
some
I
slick
kinda
hands, too. We don't
I kind
know.
of understood them not taking him out the cuffs yet.
But
you
if
know
we
what I
can
mean?
get back to that Jenny, the
Jenny, the
assistant,
yeah.
with Barney, Captain Barnaby. So these were some really cool lit scenes, and especially with these Venetian blinds, like not necessarily in this particular picture, but we have, and Casey pointed this out during our film viewing, you can see the silhouette of Jenny's shadow behind
Right over his
Captain
shoulder.
Barnaby's
Mm-hmm.
head. And it's like, Barney's calling the shots, but she's kind of like the one propping him up and giving him everything he needs to
Yes.
be able to do all the shit that he does.
Yes.
And she's
He says some crazy shit on the phone to her as he calls her out front or talks to her person to person, and then she's the one that actually goes and like does that stuff.
Yeah.
She makes other calls and things. She keeps him from like getting fucked up because he's abusing power very often, and she's trying to keep her job. So I think a lot of times she's probably cleaning up his messes and stuff too.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's-
absolutely. Absolutely. It's
deep
part
in
of,
the
yeah,
background.
definitely part of the gig.
And then we get to that young damsel who's bringing up the potential marriage bunko.
Yeah, Miss Easton.
Bunko. I loved
Right?
that. I was
Isn't that
like,
a great
oh,
term?
geez, I forgot about that. And that was probably like a ratings thing. Like they were like, oh, we got away with Bunko in this one. You don't usually get to, you only get to say that once in a film.
You know, so she
And I
comes
thought
to
it was
him
bullshit.
with-
It's kind of a
Yeah.
little bit of bullshit. Like, let your mom live her
Yeah.
life. Unless she's like enfeebled or something, or her mind is not there. It's like the woman's grown. She went on vacation and
Grown-ass
found some
woman.
fucking strange
Got some
and
dick.
brought it back home.
Brought
and
it
they're
home.
getting married and everything.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
what do we
I'm
care about?
going to marry this dick.
Just go for it.
Like,
Like,
can't let it go.
It's
yeah.
the gold digging count.
She's old.
Her intuition.
Her
showed
intuition,
her
yeah, that's that female's intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't read.
And I
didn't
think some of this
read
is
that.
just to show, like, oh, well, And sometimes the person, like the Edward G. Robinson character, like, oh, he's doing all these good things. He's helping this poor young damsel by like stopping her mother from being taken advantage of or some
Possibly
shit. And I think
trafficked is like what I feel like they're implying.
I
that's
guess,
what it-
I guess
that's-
the problem I had with the whole thing is like putting fake charges on this gentleman to get him into the
Right.
station.
Right.
Yeah, like he came here legally and everything, and they were like, "We'll just go fuck up his like status and stuff.
Yeah.
And just bring him in."
And so yeah, so you see very early in the movie the shit that Barney or Barnaby or Barn, whatever you want to call
right.
him,
What he's willing to do.
what he's willing to
to
do
get the conviction.
to not just get the conviction, but to help people out that are asking for his help.
Yep. Yeah, there's supposed to be a heart of gold in here that we're getting and stuff. There's a little bit of like save the cat kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where I guess they'd pay it off eventually with this girl that he kind of seems to blow off, because he
Yeah.
does very often seem like he's kind of blowing people off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they do the Aaron Sorkin thing, and he walks from one room to another and has another person walk past the other, and they just keep introducing people.
Yeah. It's nonstop, really.
Yeah.
Like he had like his finger in like I can't even like off the top of my head, it was at least 4 or 5 different cases that he was working all at the same time.
It's what we end up seeing in the future of like the police procedural stuff, like a Law and Order SVU, where it's like we introduce one murder at the very beginning, boom, got it. That's exactly what they did here. And then we introduce some other characters and we reestablish who has what authority over what.
Yeah.
And we go on to the next story, and then maybe we wrap up all 3. Maybe we
Yeah.
don't. Maybe we
Yep.
just leave one out there.
Right.
Good
Right.
point. And
Yeah.
very influential on things that would come afterwards. And you were
Absolutely.
calling that out the whole time we were watching it.
Even my beautiful Columbo. One
Yeah.
more thing. You know, my wife loves this film.
Did we have the lineup of the girls who were being arrested for drunk rolling?
Yeah,
Drunk
drunk rolling, which was a
rolling.
fun one for us to try to get the etymology of. Apparently, it's just running somebody's pockets when they're a little too deep in their cups.
No.
Seems
Yeah.
like what it is. Like, you
That's
know,
exactly what it is.
yeah, it's and I guess
But
that's
in
what
this-
these women are kind of known for. But also, some of them work for a madam. Some of them seem to be
Yes.
sex workers too.
Yeah.
And what I'm sure will be gotten into is then they're held beyond the point of when they should have been held by Barney because he can use it as collateral
Yep.
against who we're about to get into.
He's
Yeah,
turning everybody into
we can.
informants and everything. He's
Before
fucking
we do
playing.
it,
Yeah.
this just crossed my mind. Didn't Cardi B admit that she used to do that?
Yeah, I believe. I think it
Like I think they used to drug.
might have been her.
They used to drug guys and rob.
I
them.
believe there was a movie that they ended up making where they kind of did that kind of thing. It was like in the vein of a Boosters type of like we do crime.
I don't know the
but it was
movie,
about
but
running
I'm
people's
almost
pockets.
certain she said they used to do that.
Maybe
you
I'm
know,
thinking of
back when she
Spring
was a
Break.
dancer. Like yeah, they would drug cats and short them up.
Yeah, don't do that to folks. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no.
Let people hold on to their things. I don't know. We'll
Right.
figure it out.
Right.
This thing
So
trickle down this way.
we see that he's got his hands going on in a few different
Mm-hmm.
things and whatnot, and you know we've got he goes to the little point him out room and whatnot before he goes and visits Mr. Hartramp. So once he does that, he gets inside the interrogation room. Barnaby pleads with Hartramp to identify the shooter, but he declines. During a police lineup, Barnaby assigns Lieutenant Chisholm to investigate Frankie's claims. Meanwhile, the cop that was shot, Kellogg, he dies.
He died.
Yeah. Elsewhere, Barkus and his accomplices meet at a warehouse and wait for Dutch, who, unknown to them, has been detained for the lineup. He is
Yikes.
released and arrives at the rendezvous where he tells the agitated criminals that Kellogg is dead. The cop has died. Okay? And we'll just
When he
touch on,
tells
yeah,
them
we'll
that
just
he's
touch on this
dead.
real quick. Yeah, like, you know. But it gets, what's his name? It gets his panties in a bunch, though, once he finds out the cop is dead.
Oh yeah, old boy here.
Kuselich.
Yeah,
Marty.
Yeah,
wants
Marty,
to-
there you go.
Marty's got the cold feet.
He's got
Yeah.
a little bit of sense. He's got
ain't
a
getting
little,
yellow now, are you?
You know,
But you're in,
listen,
man. You're stuck. You're
yeah,
stuck.
that's the problem with this game, with this industry. Like,
These
there's
people
only
are
two
like-
ways out.
And I love Lee Van Cleef just kind of, as soon as he hears about cold feet, Lee just kind of stands up
Yeah.
near
Yeah.
the room, on the other side of the room, and then the other dude's like, actually, yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good
yeah,
to-
yeah. Actually, we should let's get in the car. Let's,
Yeah, Barkus tells
right.
him, he's like, it's time to go, Marty. He's
Yeah.
like, well, what are we waiting for? Like
23 's good
he
do.
got the message. He got the message.
23 Skidoo. Fantastic.
But
because you don't
I
want Lee
can't-
Van Cleef on your ass.
I can't remember the specific circumstances, but I remember we kind of talked on it as we were watching it. Was it something where they had to hightail it out of town soon? Like, why didn't they put this caper off? Because Marty had a legit he's like,
Yeah.
look, y'all shot the guy. You said you shot the cop.
I think it was
this cop has died.
I think they were being
we probably
hotheads.
should not do this.
I think it was hot-headed, strong-willed stuff. Because they did not introduce a factor to us like our ride will be leaving at that point, or it's a special weekend or anything. They didn't throw anything at us.
Well,
like
they
that.
kind of, I mean, they said they've been planning it for a long time and people had just gotten out of jail. And so then it's like if someone's
also-
been planning something for a while, they want to do it. But I do think it was something where there was an opportunity at that time and then maybe there wouldn't be later. We're not alluded to it that much.
Okay.
Because they
But-
also, when they pull it off fucked up. Like it was.
Yeah.
It seemed like whatever they had planned, whatever time they spent planning, didn't see it.
Yeah.
Well, and part of that was Marty running off, and part of that was also Marty having a good point of that there's just more heat on this entire situation.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you, Ed, in that Marty brought up many good points of that.
Great
Why are we
points.
doing this shit?
including the point that he was clean. He's like, they've got nothing on me.
Yeah. So then it's probably Barkus trying to
Yeah.
get more people
Yeah.
with him, and then it's just
Like,
like
he had a number that he needed to pull to pull it off.
Right.
And Marty dropping out would have fucked that number up. Like, and you know about this. So if you get nabbed for something, you can absolutely
That's the
you know
rub.
what I mean? So you coming.
Because
And,
we're pulling it off, so
yeah.
you don't get to
And they made him
stay.
come. They made him go with them. And
they didn't just edge him; they
no.
made him come.
Yeah.
Let's meet
Yeah.
Mona. Let's meet Mona.
Let's meet Mona.
We're all
the-
moaning for
the
Mona.
Wonderful Mona.
So this
Yeah,
is
man.
Paulette Goddard.
Yeah.
10 minutes
And-
of screen time. We'll start here, and I think it wraps up pretty quick. She's not on set for long.
No.
She gets her girls out. They're getting held for a little bit too much time.
Yeah.
And
When she-
also,
yeah.
let's
When she
And
answers
she's
the
smooth with
phone
it.
when Barney calls, she's like, "Hello, Bonnie, love." But then she has to take her big fancy earring out to be able to talk
to
on the
hold the
phone,
receiver,
which
yeah.
is fucking great.
Yeah.
yeah, I need a pair of those.
No, she was just grace
Matches the
personified.
ring.
Like, to be honest, yeah, like the way she carried herself and everything.
It was
you
powerful.
know,
Which is also,
yeah.
there's always kind of like, I mean, god dang, it just brings me back to like Law and Order. Where there's always like a hot,
Yeah.
strong chick in that one.
Yeah,
like,
always, yeah.
And they push her to the brink and she can fucking fight back and
like
stuff.
I said, a femme fatale. They're necessary.
It's
They're
just so
necessary
right
for the
there.
story. Yeah, they're necessary for the story. But yeah, so you
Bernie's kept two of her girls
yeah
on
and she-
trumped up charges.
on trumped up charges. She's like, I can't talk to them or ask them anything because they're not here for me to talk to, which is a good like let my girls go, let my ladies go.
Yeah, she's
So yeah, she's sharp. She's sharp. And she's like, look, you can't keep nabbing my girls. I run a legit escort business, licensed
right.
escort business.
Yeah.
So
He's like, if they rolled their pockets, then they were probably John's that weren't paying.
no, period. So, yeah, and my girls got the right to get their monies. You know,
God dang right.
we ain't getting,
We live
for
in a
lack
society.
of better phrasing, we ain't getting hoed over here.
Yeah. Type shit.
But you know who is getting hoed is fucking Undertaker
Hard tramp.
Hartramp.
Yeah.
So he did the smart thing of not talking before the lawyer gets there, but then he does give away some stupid shit during the interrogation where he says he was leaving an apartment, which then gives away a little bit of why he was there.
Yeah.
And so it allows the cops to do some things like the whole going to a funeral home to
Find out
it was like a
who
fake
was there that he was
telephone
doing it.
repair person
Yeah.
ruse, and then the other cop was pretending they wanted a funeral. They get the information of who the person was, who Hartramp was having an affair with, where they live on Hamilton Avenue.
Right.
But then we get towards like the actual caper. And so we're driving to the bank job. We got that great shot of them in the fucking car together, and they drop off, and then it's like, all right, see you in 43 minutes.
43. So
43
specific.
minutes.
So specific.
Hey,
43
do you think
minutes.
we can take a quick 43 seconds here and
I don't
come
see
back?
why not. I don't see why
It's a
not.
good time.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. And that's the music that's happening after Barkus tells, Pete, meet us back here in 43 minutes. And they go on about their way about, knocking over this bank. All right. So Barkus and his accomplices stage their robbery without their backup man, Marty Kuselich, who has abandoned the gang.
Bye, Marty.
He was
Smartly.
talking about doing it earlier.
He's got clitoris to
You
go
know,
see.
and but yeah. So he abandons the gang. Chisholm and his undercover officers exchange gunfire, leaving Dutch and another robber shot dead. Barkus wounds Chisholm, takes Carol Lawson, a young bank teller, hostage and escapes. Hartranft is released and arrested again under another pretense. Barnaby phones Mona and has his officers apprehend her for interrogation.
He's got fucking bagmen. He's
Yeah.
like, I'll get you in a fucking minute.
Yeah.
Nobody gets
So yeah, it's a lot to get into just out of this one plot point. So yes, so they're heading to the bank to do their thing. Marty kind of falls back. Maybe that was his original position too.
Because they all were standing
yeah,
around in different
yeah,
places, and they
yeah.
were waiting for the right time.
Right.
And they did seem to have it planned out pretty well. But Marty's...
he saw his time, his
There's a
moment
cab.
to escape.
Let's-
Yeah, ran straight to the
23
cab.
skidoo.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. And he was
Yeah.
like, I could tell he was giving that cabbie, like, just however far away this money will get
Just
me.
go. Just
However, whatever
Doesn't
money I
matter
have,
where, just go.
Keep going.
Well, I think he even gave him a really large tip
Yeah.
to show
Yeah.
that he was somewhere else at the
Yeah.
time of a crime,
Yeah.
which ultimately is not a bad idea. But with the actual bank robbery...
What was it, like $3? I tipped him $3.
yeah,
Think
but
it was
that's
two.
No,
but
back
in
then,
those
yeah,
days,
back
that's
then,
like
yeah,
nuts.
no,
It's nuts.
like that's like the groceries for the week.
kind of a more incriminating thing to do because otherwise I think
Well-
most cabbies would be like, I don't remember who the fuck I picked up. and-
Right. He's like, oh no, I remember this
You really
fucker
gotta
because he
tip
gave
the
me
fuck out of me.
$2. Like, yeah, on a 10-cent fare. So yeah, I remember who you're
I'll
talking
never
about.
forget his name
Yeah,
and his face.
yeah, I know exactly.
I could point him out in a room.
But because of Frankie Pierce, our gentleman in the handcuffs earlier, the
Yes.
cops have been staking out this bank for
Yes.
a while. And
For a
so when the bank robbery happens, it's shut down
pretty damn
quickly.
pretty quickly.
We do get some shots off, and it's not a bad action scene for 1953, but it's also a pretty quick set piece of that, like, this all happens within a minute.
Very swiftly.
Which, as
Very
you know,
swiftly.
that's kind of how it should go down when you're doing a heist kind of thing.
Yeah.
What, like
Just
you're just
let it
going for
go.
only the till and not the safe?
That's the rules.
Till
Oh, wait,
not
I
the
forgot
safe.
you weren't in the
That's
Point Break
rules.
episode. I'm
That's
sorry.
the rules. Never go for the safe. But yeah, they actually kill a couple of the guys.
Yep, and
And,
they're nonplussed. They're kind of ready to rock.
And so this kidnap victim, the bank teller, pretty sweet top.
Yeah, I was
Right,
a big
Casey?
fan right away of all the stripiness and stuff, and I was like the sweater on sweaters is pretty cool. I even have like a similar.
The librarian
That
glasses
necklace
are
was
doing
mine.
it for me too.
Yeah,
And yeah, I'm telling
and she
you,
was innocent. I was terrified for her.
take
honestly.
those glasses off and let's go nuts.
Oh, okay. You're gonna do the pretty makeover, and then like she lets her hair down a little more. And
Well,
stuff.
no, I'm just saying, like, to quote DMX, bust
Oh.
up in your eyes so you can see me coming. Take them glasses off.
No safety goggles needed for Ed's meat goggling activities. Meat goggles. I'm gonna lay my nuts across your
Oh, my
eyeballs,
God.
and then I'm gonna turn them around and bust some sweet nothings in your ear. Where are we at in this movie? We got Bernie on the phone with Mona. He fucking totally holds her on the phone for so long while he sends his police goons in to get her. She's trying to make her money.
She's trying to get off the phone with him. So
He's
she could
double
go make
phoning.
this money. Yeah.
He does the hey, what we would do now with a cell phone. Well, I guess in the 90s with cell phones. Hey, I'm going through a tunnel. Let me
just
get
putting
some
her on,
internet.
like, I'm getting another call. Hold on. She knows he's a busy guy. He's like, hold on. I got the other line is ringing. Hold on.
And on the other line is like, go pick her up.
She's just staying there. And like, after she done told him that, look.
She didn't say she was running away. She was like, I have information.
I've already been
got to
helpful.
go. Yeah, I've got to go.
Yeah.
But, Mona being the good person to Barnaby that she is, she stays on the line and she waits him out. And which was all a ploy for him to keep her on the line long enough for the guys he sent to her home to pick her up and bring her in to get there. Yeah.
Interrupted her erotic rendezvous.
Yeah.
They
Nabbed
called her a commie
on,
and they
on
put a bag
nonsense.
over her
Like,
head. Yeah, they just trapped her up.
yeah.
gotta
Had
go.
nothing to bring her in on, but, that's what you could do as a cop in 1953, I guess. Like, just go pick
It's so
somebody
weird
up
that they could do
for
stuff like
nothing.
that back then.
Yeah. And she went. So.
Do we have any marriage bunko in our future?
Oh yeah, it does get bunko. Okay, yeah, don't they? Okay, so they go ahead. Yeah,
No,
they
it's
bring the
all
dude
good.
in,
So,
right?
like, hey, she's brought in, and, as she's brought in, Mona reveals that one of her girls, Dolores, has been seeing Marty, who is soon arrested at her apartment. During interrogation, Marty claims he did not know about the robbery when ballistic evidence confirms that Barkis had shot both Kellogg and Chisholm. Barnaby schemes to implicate Marty to force him to confess. Fearful of identifying the real killer, Hartram falsely fingers Marty. Threatened with the death penalty, Marty confesses on Barkis and Monty and reveals the location of the warehouse. DeNova is revealed to be an imposter and is instructed to leave town or face criminal charges. That's the count for those of y'all that forgot. Count Montova.
So it's the gentleman on the left in our picture.
He had a gazillion names.
And then we bring in a professor who is Professor Varney. And, I like that Captain Barney has a Professor Varney on basically roster to come in. But the telling things for why this person wasn't actually like of Italian or whatever descent was was the hard R's.
Yeah. I'll read the quote for the listeners here. It says, "But his flat A's and his hard R's barely betray a background of Middle West."
So leave
Whatever
it to the
the fuck
Midwest
that
motherfuckers to be dropping the hard
dropping them
R's.
R's tough
We
as
don't
hell.
know.
So I was kind of feeling Barney right here. Like, okay,
It's fair.
no.
I do feel like I just don't know. It's an abuse of power, definitely, to like strip someone of their identity and like put them on a train and stuff.
The gamble
and-
paid off in this case, though.
Yeah, apparently he was lying about his name,
Yeah,
but
don't like the tactics, but they did save a young woman from being, or the
Her
lady,
mom,
her
yeah.
mom, from being
apparently.
frauded out of her money and stuff. So
she would have got
At the
dick
end,
down.
yeah.
She would have got dick down until she died, and it would have been just.
I don't think he
I
sticks
don't
around.
think- he takes the money, or she has a convenient accident, like maybe something that...
Take me
this
out.
is 1953.
I'm all right.
He just had to go pick up some cigarettes and never return.
Yeah, he's got the paperwork. He's 3 blocks over.
I'm going to the corner store. You need anything? Yeah. And then never to be heard from again. So, like,
Alfredo, Giovanni, Borgatti, Giuseppe, Di Monteballo,
right,
Count de
especially
Monteballo.
when using fake name. Yeah, that woman was none the wiser of who he really was. So
It was
yeah,
great,
he
too,
probably
because the
would've made
very
it.
last line that Count said was in an American accent. After talking all this fancy Italian the whole time, he's like, all right, fine, send me back to Chicago or
Send me
Cleveland.
back to
Who's
Chicago.
paying?
Yeah, who's paying for this?
Sometimes you just take the next train to Chicago.
But I know there's been no poppycocks called out here. I'm gonna call a poppycock
Okay.
on that. I know there's linguist specialists out there that listen to people talk, and like there's even people that read handwriting and
Etymology,
stuff.
handwriting.
I know they exist.
CSI's bunko.
I know they kind of exist.
It's bunko.
But you know, it's the same thing they tried to get my man on in Inglourious Bastards. You know what I'm
for it.
saying?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, your accent don't sound like you. Well, that's the fingers. That's where he fucked up. But he was like, it's an interesting accent you got. You know?
The regional.
You say
slight
you're from
differences.
so and so, but your accent. Who's to say this fucker isn't? You know, like who's to say this dude hasn't traveled all over the world and picked up pieces? You know what I mean? Like I was born here, but I was raised here, and then I lived here, and I, was fucking over here, and like what?
There's a war that's been going on for a while here, guys. There's a war that's been going on. A lot of things have happened.
You know, I've never liked that as a viable reason to be able to
Arrivederci.
Lock somebody up like, oh yeah, he ain't really from there. Like he keep losing the accent. I'm like,
And
you
for a
as the
man
one
like Ed,
yes, thank you, Trevor.
who is such a strict adherent to a quality and applicable accent.
You snap the fucking whip on people's bad accents
all the
and
time.
acting.
All the time. They didn't say his accent was bad. They said it was of another region and not the region
Middle
he's
West.
claiming to be from and
because the hard
whatnot.
R's.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that, is what I'm calling the poppy. Like, have y'all ever seen? Here's a good example of what I'm talking about, how it just comes and goes, and it just depends on your setting. Mariah Carey is from New York, and she's got it bad. No, I'm serious. If you ever hear her comfortable talking to somebody, she goes straight nanny
New
on you.
York,
Like she's like Fred
go down to the
Drescher
bodega.
times 10. You know what I mean? But when
Let me
she's
get a
not,
chopped
and she's just doing a
cheese.
standard interview, and she's, it's different. You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen conversational Mariah
I
Carey
got you. It
before.
was what popped into
Code-switching Mariah
it just
Carey?
what
All right.
it's what popped into my head.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
But I gotta imagine it's like now I can't think of any other examples. That's the one that popped into my head. I don't know if that's just like
Chris Noland kind of doing the like British stuff and going back to
like
their
there's
accents,
just
or
there's just some people.
Cillian Murphy.
There's
maybe?
even like if I think if you listen to an interview with Russell Crowe,
Oh yeah.
no, like 20 years ago
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
versus now, like his Australian isn't as thick these days.
What was the actor
or
that talked
Colin
about
Farrell
Or
and the
Colin Farrell.
Irish.
Yeah, you know what
that's
I
a good
mean?
point. That's a good point.
Like some people, like, depending on where you've been, like I don't think that's a justifiable reason. To
What was
be
the
like,
actor
yeah,
that
nah, he
talked
lying.
about hunting down black bastards? Was that Liam Neeson? Yeah, he said that in the original
Yeah, he did.
tongue,
Yeah, he
and
did.
it does sound different. It sounds different. It's a regional difference.
But he did say that. I
hard.
was angry.
And
My friend had just been killed by a black guy.
Oh,
Like doesn't
man. So
doesn't
we're
make
talking
it
about
excusable. Yeah.
Schindler's
he's got
List
a particular
again.
set of skills.
We're talking about Schindler's List again. But yeah,
That
so
motherfucker.
but that I guess that's
I
a
do love-
poppycock on that whole. I don't want to say profession, but
Well-
that whole way of like nabbing somebody, because the slightest thing can change that.
The poppycock in
over
that
time.
is especially to the like false witnesses and the false like person of interest and the false person of like some standing. That's you. I could just say that person has that etymology degree.
Yeah. Right.
Because
Where's
that's
the
basically
fucking
what happens
follow-up?
with Kuselich, right?
Yeah.
The Undertaker just fingering whoever is there to then put the pressure on Kuselich because the Undertaker Hartramp doesn't want to be brought in for his molestation charges or whatever other bullshit they keep fucking
He
trumping
just
him
saw
up
a
on.
murder
Right.
and he wants to get the
Right.
fuck
And he just
out
wants to
of
get the
there.
fuck
So he
out of
fingers
there.
whoever.
Whoever.
And it's an innocent
And-
goddamn man.
And they touched on this earlier in the film. We didn't touch on it, but they have a gentleman in the finger room, and they're asking him, "Do you recognize the guy that roughed you up and whatnot?" And they kind of influence him a little bit, like, "Yeah, number 2 there. You sure it's number 2?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, I really can't remember. Yeah, I'm sure it's number 2." and it ended up being an undercover cop that they just had in the lineup.
Yeah, they pepper the lineup with cops
leading
and
the
stuff.
witness.
And so that's what that does.
And also, there's no. Let's talk about this too. I mean, I'll try to bring back the slide, but the whole setup there. If I do point at the person that already robbed me, they can just see me. There's no window between them. There's no barrier of any kind.
Now, for the purpose of us being able to see everything that's going on, you know what I mean, it's lit differently. But I think in those scenarios, back in those days especially, it was extra dark where the cops are sitting and it's bright lights in there.
your
For
face, so
sure,
you can't
but I
see.
know who I robbed. So then if I go to jail, I just heard the dude's voice.
Well, that's true.
It's
Okay,
point, good
that
point.
part. That part. They didn't care back then. They did not care back then. But yeah, so for this guy to get out, you know, they like, yeah, this is the guy that I saw shoot the cop, and he was nowhere near the scene and whatnot. And so they can use that technicality to go and tell Marty, like, look, we've got a witness here that says you were the guy that shot him.
Yeah, and the ballistics match
Right.
on two different
Yeah.
killings. They're going to
all
pin
those
two
could
of them
be
on him.
bluffs. All
Right.
of those could be bluffs, and only two of them have to be right, or it
And
just has to
and
be enough to
Can
pressure
Marty
the person
take
into
that
saying
chance?
something.
Marty can't take that chance, so he dimes out everybody that was affiliated with this crime.
Wild.
So
and
you
like
got
I said,
Barkus and Monty, and they've kidnapped the poor bank teller girl.
Yeah.
But then we know
who's
where
just not that sharp.
she throws her glasses to try to escape.
Right.
Dumb as shit.
So now you can't see. And then, like, she's creeping around, sees Barkus off in the distance, and decides to run upstairs.
So wait a second. Ed, would you say that she's not all that by removing her glasses in this
She's
movie?
not all that in this case. She is not all that. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I guess she. Yeah. But
I
I'd
liked her
still,
vibe.
Yeah, I did. I like the vibe.
She
I
lives.
like the vibe.
She's the cat. She's
a little
the
cutie.
proverbial cat.
Yeah,
that
so
gets
yeah,
saved.
she does make it. They end up, going to the,
Freddie
hideout.
Prinze Jr. helps her out.
They take Barkus out and whatnot. They end up catching like Pete went to get a boat. I guess they was gonna try to leave on boat and whatnot, but they catch him as he's coming back from getting the boat. And this whole thing is foiled. It started with Frankie, diming out Barkus like he's in town with some buddies. They're gonna rob the bank, and then they nab Marty. Set him up with a lie. Had Hard Trimp who was just trying his hardest. Let's put right real quick.
Go for it.
Here's another poppycock.
Pop off, my
And this
king.
ain't even a poppycock on the film. It's a poppycock on Hard Tramp. You literally just said this is the guy so you could keep your infidelities a secret from your wife, and so you could get out of there in time
Yep.
to meet her like you said you were going to do.
Because you're back in town because he was supposed to be away. and
How
he's-
raggedy of a motherfucker must you
That
be?
is low integrity. And
Yeah.
the thing is that even though there's
But
some
isn't it-
shadows
yeah.
in the first scene,
Yeah.
we have to imagine that Hartramp can actually see that it
Yeah.
was Barkus and can see that this Kuselich dude was not
it was
who
not
shot
him.
So yeah,
Now
that-
to
good
his
point.
credit, all he saw was Barkus's back. I don't know if he could positively identify his face.
Height at least, though. There's some height difference and stuff.
Did he really get?
I don't know. I
Did
don't know.
he see how tall?
And he's traumatized.
Marty
He just saw a
was?
person get killed.
Yeah.
regardless
all
of
that
whether
bullshit
he
aside.
could place somebody,
Yeah.
we definitely know that it wasn't Kuselich who did it. So he's either lying that he could see it in general at all, or he's lying that Kuselich did it because Kuselich wasn't even fucking there.
Right. So Poppycock on Hard Tramp.
Wow,
He
low
was a bitch.
integrity.
Yeah,
Snitch
we
ass
already-
Undertaker.
That's cheating on his wife. So this is a
Yeah.
gentleman of very low integrity.
A very gray
And
noir.
what does Vicky Webb see in him? Because she's like, "Oh, Marty," or whatever his fucking name is
Oh, he
when they
was
see each
paying.
other.
He's
She seems
swinging that
dull,
hammer.
yeah.
No, he's swinging that hammer.
You think he's swinging that Undertaker?
They don't call him
dick?
the Undertaker for a reason.
That Undertaker dick.
He just has some of those Undertaker drugs to make him
Right.
rigid for extra long
It
time.
appears my wee-wee's been stricken with rigor mortis. But yeah, so that's it though. They end up nabbing him and then killing Barkus, nabbing Pete, and Yeah, so his little underhanded tactics to get informants and witnesses and stuff in, like, ends up paying off. They solved the crime.
Yep. And then
Yeah.
they start wrapping up the film, and they're like a little bit more Aaron Sorkin walking around.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up our analysis of this, I do want to go back to our last picture of Mona.
Yes.
And she just has
She looks like
some
she's wearing
great
red. You can see the
lines.
red in this too.
And like, so we have established that Robinson's character of Barney has a wife. The Ginny assistant has talked about the wife before, but just like this whole scene is really charged. And it's one of my favorite scenes of the movie, if not my favorite. But basically on her outro, Mona says, "Don't be sorry, Barney. I may have to pick you up sometime." And just like
Smoke.
reverting this entire power struggle on its head to a certain extent, because it's like, you know, whether he's into it or not, he's into it in that moment. And she's that femme fatale, and she takes her power through whatever means are necessary to her at that point, which would seem to be her sexuality or cunning or connections, because she's very much using this as a situation to like, if my girls get roughed up, I got to have this fucking captain on my side.
And even
Yeah.
her legitimacy. Like, she's
Yeah.
probably got some lawyer skills. She's good at making connections and making deals. Yeah. She's important.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been Vice Squad. Yeah. So what
1953.
do y'all think? You know, just a quick one, and then we come back and round this joint up.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's
we'll
do
just
it.
go ahead and do that real quick.
Yes.
Meow.
Meow.
Bum, 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 bum.
Be moved by the soothing sounds of
Cop-a-ganda.
Get some Dick Wolf in your life.
some Dick Wolf. Yeah, so hey, it's that time.
Ooh.
It is that time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. It's that time of the episode where we round up the movie.
Round them up.
Yeah, and just real quickly, for those that may be new to the pod, what the Poppycock Roundup is this is where we rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 5, with 1 being the best that you can do and a 5 being the worst that you can do. A 1 is a movie that is near perfect, if not perfect. You just genius. No poppycock in it whatsoever. And then a 5 is a movie that's highly filled with poppycock. Doesn't necessarily mean the movie's bad. Just means it's a lot of ridiculousness in it. All right. And so, as KC likes to say,
This is golf, not bowling. We're looking low.
we're looking low. All right.
I'll go ahead and kick this one off.
Kick it off. Yeah.
I'll do this one real quick here.
All right.
Leonard Pig, thank you very much for suggesting this film. By not suggesting this film, I did watch the other one as well. What bits of it I could take. I think I'd give that one the same rating that I would give this one. They just show the massive abuse of power that bastards can use against us if they want to. I like that it had some noir direction to it. It was pretty to look at very often. It was captivating, good visual storytelling. Unlike the 80s version, which was also hard to look at. I'm giving this bad boy a 5. If I'm doing my math correctly, that's some amount of 1.312. I see how it influenced a whole bunch of other things. People took this example here and ran with it to co-opt media, and that sucks. I also think it sucks that this was made in a rushed manner that you can somewhat tell, because it was a filler movie for the studios and a blacklist movie, where they were like, this is just what we're going to be able to pump out here, and sometimes we're just going to walk through some of this stuff. It's a 5.
All right, a 5 from KC. Trevor?
Okay, so I think there's two different ways we can look at this movie. There's the actual, like, it was filmed pretty well. There's not, like, huge continuity errors. We weren't calling out Poppycock left and right. But then we can look at what the underlying message of maybe what the themes are of this movie. And so we can remember, as Casey had mentioned, this was where the stars of the movie were graylisted at the time. They were not in the big pictures that they would have been in less than 10 years before this was released, and they were put into these B movies. Now, that doesn't mean that this movie has no merit whatsoever, but it does mean that, like, who's glorified in this movie? People who bend the rules and people who get other people to snitch on their cohorts or just people in general. And so whether that's like a, analogy of the McCarthyism Red Scare type of shit, like there is some shit here that's just like, oh, well, if you follow by the rules, then you won't be fucked with. And for that, even though the movie is not full of poppycock, there's a couple beautiful shadows, but ultimately the underlying message is just obey and you'll be okay. And I can't get with that. And so I'm going to do a 5 as well.
And a 5 from Trevor.
Okay, Ed, what do you got for
So, like, just to piggyback off of what both of you have already said, it's just not cool to bend the rules as a cop and, persecute people for stuff that they're not guilty of, or to, arrest them for something that they haven't done just so you can, have them in wait while you're
fill
trying
the
to,
books.
it's not cool. That aspect of the movie get no love. ACAB as hell this way. I know that's how y'all pretty much feel as well. This movie
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
at all, and I'll yell it from the rooftops, the mountaintops, whatever.
What fucking people?
Yeah. But having said that, I thought the players in it were solid. They played the roles, and very well. And I'm a Edward G. Robinson fan, and he definitely delivered. And because of that, it saves a half point for this. This is a 4.5 for me, just strictly off of the strength of Edward G. Robinson.
Okay.
Did not
All right.
hate this movie, and as Trevor said earlier, it was better on the second watch, but still, it is just not that thrilling, pulse racing, heart thumping noir that.
Where's the twist?
that
Where's
you-
the
yeah,
intrigue?
there-
Where's
yeah,
the
you
where's
know
the
everything up front? So
where's
like,
the person with their
there's
back
no-
against the wall that
Yeah.
not a victim in this?
Yeah,
fucking
it doesn't exist, and so the movie falls short in the noir genre, and it falls short specifically for that reason. Like, you gave us nothing to look for. You gave it all to us up front. We knew who the murderer was. We knew everything within the first 5 minutes, and so yeah, it hurt the film and whatnot. And it's not one that it's probably one that I won't be revisiting. So yeah,
And we can
it's
even direct our listeners and viewers into some things like, all right, so if you want to see Edward G. Robinson not as a gangster, but as like an investigator type of character, but within something that's actually worth investigating, we could look at Orson Welles' The Stranger.
Yeah.
And
Let's
that's
go
where
with The
you've
Stranger.
got this
Yeah.
and Orson Welles plays the character of someone who was a Nazi butcher in Europe and then absconds to America and is trying to get away. And Edward G. Robinson's the, detective who's catching these Nazis hiding in plain sight. And so it's just like, it's a whole different level of, we're not just rolling over on people who are desperate. This is going after actual war criminals.
Yeah.
So maybe this is something that we can get behind from a protagonist standpoint.
right,
Like
right.
Hunter.
Yeah. So yeah, there's plenty of Edward G. Robinson movies for y'all to look into. Noirs that he was in that I know y'all would love. Like I said, Double Indemnity being the big
Yeah,
ticket
check it
there.
out.
Keys.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah.
some speeches that I don't think anybody could really portray that like Edward G. Robinson did. And
Yeah.
it was amazing. He's just
Yeah.
got this way with words, and someone who speaks 7 languages is going to have that way with words.
Yep. So there you go. It's a 4.5 for me. So that is an average of a 4.83 for Vice Squad. It probably should have been a 5, but Edward G. Robinson saved a half point.
Yeah.
You know, I will
he
say
was
that,
enjoyable.
yeah.
on screen.
He saved a half point. So
He did
yeah.
give us the right off the bat.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, gave
Absolutely.
us some of that, you know. So
Thank you, Leonard. That was our last fan
yes,
pick.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, Leonard. This was
And,
a fun little view.
It was a fun little view. And now that we've got that wrapped up, KC,
Yeah. Do some
go
Poland.
ahead and pick up
Alright.
the hat there and select a film out of the hat.
Okay.
So the next movie we will be doing, we're not even going to tell you what it is, but it is going to be dedicated to D-Day.
Yes.
So
We do have
that will be
D-Day.
so that'll be the next. Fuck it, tell them what are we doing, Trevor? Let them know.
So
Fuck
without
it.
letting too much out, like we can say that last year we covered Saving Private Ryan,
Yes,
and
we
that
did.
released actually on June 6th
Yes.
of D-Day. We will have an episode on the movie Overlord, which D-Day was known as Operation Overlord, but the 2018 movie Overlord will be released on June 5th
There
of
you go.
2026.
There you go.
Just
so,
in time to celebrate. But
Yeah.
KC's got some black hat grabbing.
Yes, because this is going to be the film that we do directly after we do Overlord. So yeah, we gotta line it up.
All right, let's see.
We gotta line it up.
know
They're
there's-
reaching into the hat.
I know there's way too many pornos in here, so I'm going to try to make sure I don't pull one of those out.
You know, we will let the fates decide.
Okay, let's see here.
will
Oh,
let the pick
we got some
fates.
great handwriting. I'll say that already. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. I've been trying to do this one for a while.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you very much to Richard Osmer
Oh, boy.
for suggesting that we do Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt. We got to shout out
We're
my
putting Joe
homegirl.
Dirt in the fucking
Angel.
rotation.
So Angel also, my homegirl Angel also put that one in the hat. Joe Dirt is actually in the hat twice.
That's right.
we
So
peppered
Angel Tees.
Yeah, Angel T. So my girl Angel Turner. So we're gonna shout her out as well.
What
So
up, Angel?
All
Joe
right, Rich.
fucking Dirt.
All right, Angel
Dirt,
and
yeah.
Joe Dirt.
It's going to happen.
It ended up being a statistically thing where there's so many entries in the hat. I think we had 40 or so to start. We've added a couple of people have thrown some suggestions in there, but there was only one movie that actually had 2 pieces of paper in there waiting for it, and it was Joe Dirt.
We got
We're
some whiz
popping
poppers.
popping our fucking David Spade cherry. I
There
think we're
we
even
go.
popping our Christopher Walken cherry, which that's more exciting than the others.
Oh yeah, we're going walking. Oh yeah. Oh, this
You
is
coming
gonna
in my
be-
guy all wrong here.
All right.
This is going
Joe
to be.
Dirt it
Oh, we got some
is.
Jamie Presley in here.
Wait,
oh.
Margot Robbie's in this movie?
Oh,
Ha!
yeah.
They look a hell of a lot alike. They
Oh,
really
we
do.
got a Kid Rock film
No!
coming up here. Wow, this is gonna be.
At least he's the antagonist.
What a
you get to hate
blast.
him for reasons beyond just him being a
God
bullshit human
bless.
in real life.
Oh, fucking Kid Rock. All right. All
We're gonna
right.
bar with the bar ways out of here.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all listening in and watching this one. We just want to encourage you to continue listening in and continue viewing. Thank you for everyone that has stuck with us up until this point and continues to rock with us. We're growing. And so we're going to keep doing this. And, as we continue to grow, we continue to get new ideas to put into the hat. So we love it. If you have any film ideas that you want to hear us do, leave a comment on the episode or on one of the social media pages, and it will be added to the hat. Okay, we promise you that. And so, Leonard, thank you again
Yeah, thank you, Leonard.
for Vice Squad.
Thanks for listening. Keep writing. Keep being funny.
Please. And check us out on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all at Reel Poppycock. It's been a pleasure doing this for you today. As usual, we were your hosts. I'm Ed.
Yeah, Trevor.
And this is KC.
And we're out of here, see? Yeah. Catch you on the next one.